Your name's Caitlin?
Yeah.
Your name's not Caitlin.
Your name's Caitlin, no? You are Caitlin, right?
Our Caitlin, that's right. Hi, my name is Caitlin, and this is Homestead to Health.
No, that's me, Caitlin, right?
You're not Caitlin, I'm Caitlin.
You're Caitlin, I know. You're Caitlin, right?
I am Caitlin, you're right.
Pink, right?
Hi, welcome back to Homestead to Health. My name is Caitlin, and right now, whoops, I'm setting up some busy work for the kids. I'm about to go outside and water my large garden, but before I do that, I thought I could fill in the gaps that I've been talking about recently, the growing gaps that I have. I have picked out what plants I want to plant, or seeds to plant, in order to fill in those gaps, and so that is what we're going to be doing. Last week while I was pruning tomatoes, I took the suckers off. And when I took those suckers off, I put them in this glass of water by my sink, and you can probably see that they just grew a whole bunch of roots. And so today, oh, and there's flowers coming off of a couple of them. So today, while I'm plugging in a couple of my gaps and a couple of my spaces, these tomatoes are going to be planted in some of my tomato gaps, which is kind of a fun game because whenever I put these in the garden, I'm not going to know what they are. So even though I'll plant them next to like a Wapsicum peach or something like that, it probably won't be. And so that just kind of adds to the fun of it for me, because there's a lot of things in my garden I've kind of forgot. So, but I'm going to go plant these, and I guess before I head outside, because I probably won't show this part, is lima beans. Lima beans are the beans that I've chosen to put in one of my raised bed gardens. That garden bed just isn't doing too hot right now. I did start it off with some cabbages and a couple of like random beans. The cabbages, they're saying like their day is done, and so I've decided to go back through, based on a suggestion actually from one of y'all. I'm going to go back through, I'm going to plant these lima beans. Now these have soaked overnight and they're going to be planted today. Yeah, are you talking to me? Now, the other thing that I have in this bowl, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to let you guess what you think it is, okay? I'm going to give you like 20 seconds to guess. Now, what do you think this little seed could be? Okay, that wasn't 20 seconds, but this is a jicama seed. So, equipped with my jicama seeds and my lima beans and my beautifully rooted tomato suckers. Man, that was hard. Let's do a retake. Now equipped with my jicama seeds, my lima beans, and my, oh man, I did it again. Tomato suckers. Boom. Boom. Now equipped with my jicama seeds, my lima beans, and my tomato suckers with roots, I'm going to go ahead and go to the garden and I'm going to get these planted. One of my small little annoyances whenever I'm trying to vlog is that we have the loudest AC unit. Just annoying, because I feel like y'all can't hear me very well. So this is the bed that I'm going to be planting these lima beans in. Now they do have beans, they have a couple of cabbages, and there's a melon or two here that my 4-year-old planted. And then like a random bunch of celery and stuff. So nothing really too organized is happening here. And I'm not going to be very organized whenever I'm planting these lima beans. I'm just going to be sticking them in wherever I can. I'm going to get my sprinkler here and head over to the other garden bed. Guys, it is so hard not to show y'all what's going on right now because I want to save it for my weekly garden update. But there are so many beautiful things happening, and I've been planting these beans and just kind of looking over at the squash bed next to me, and something that was 4 days ago, I'm not kidding or exaggerating, like 4 or 5 days ago, was maybe like this big, is now way taller than me. And I want to share these things with you because I'm so excited. I'm like a kid, you know. I felt so funny whenever my friend Cheyenne was here. I was kind of like, look at this and look at that and look at this and look at that. But I mean, really, this stuff is so special to me and so awesome. So I encourage you to stick around because my next vlog will probably be my weekly garden tour. And this stuff is amazing. And I know that if you're watching me that you probably also find stuff like this amazing. So super excited. Real quick, just because I'm kind of running out of daylight, and I actually want to show you all the animals today. It's been a minute, right? So there goes that loud AC. But I also am going to be planting some Tigger melons in the large garden bed where I've got space. as well as some banana melons. Now the reason I'm planting banana melons, tiger melons, jicama, and tomatoes, it might seem like a lot, but tomatoes go where the tomatoes go. And then I have this patch where my sunflowers just haven't been doing well, a certain type of sunflower. And all three of these things will go find their own space. They'll weave through the bottoms of the sunflowers that they're planted next to. And these are jicama, so they grow tubers underground and they kind of spread the way that like a sweet potato spreads. And then these, obviously, the melons, they grow above ground. And so while there might be some foliage that competes, I'm not planting so many that I'll have to thin them out ridiculously. I'll probably plant 2 seeds each of the melon and just hope that one of each comes up at least. So that's my plan. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna get all of this put down and get my garden started on being watered. And then I'm gonna show you what's been happening with my animals. If me and my sweat make it that long. Gross. First up is our lovely Lady George, my sweet girl. And then the babies. Where's your babies, Mama? The chicks are so cute, and Mama's doing a very good job taking care of them. Every day their color kind of changes, and I joked with my sister that I need to have a Maury episode of like Who's the Mama? Because I know who the daddy is, I just don't know who the mama is. Oh my gosh, speaking of daddies. I guess the chickens are decided that they're done for the evening, even though it's still pretty bright out. They're probably just drinking up some cool water. But I have a black frizzle rooster, and he is most definitely a rooster. I didn't think he was that old yet. He was only like 3, maybe 4 months old. What in the heck is that? I have never noticed that that tree has fruits on it. Do y'all see those? They're like little balls. I wonder what that tree is. Anyway, so I have this little black frizzle rooster, and he's kind of a pain in the butt. He's starting to go after the ladies, so to speak, and he's very grumpy. He's a very grumpy little boy. I'm going to post him for free tonight on one of my chicken groups for the East Texas area. And hopefully somebody loves him and wants to bring him in. I think he's probably just a little more feisty just because he's young. He's my 3rd rooster, and it's hard for him to kind of find his place, but he is going to go soon. My pigs are doing mighty fine, mighty stinky. Oh, hello. But, so this one was Mom's pig, and then this one is Eric. But I think Eric is technically going to be Mom's pig just because I don't think she's going to eat near as much meat as we are. So we're going to take the bigger pig, which is Mom's pig, and we're not friends, so I don't really kind of feel bad for it. Are we? Are we best friends? What do you think, George? Oh, and then here are my favorites. Those are my girls. Hey, girls. Here comes Rizzo to say hi. She wants her scratches. Hi, Rizzo. Come on, baby. Hi, baby. And then there's Daphne and Unicorn. Daphne got to visit with Herschel, even though Herschel is over there and he's still fairly young. He is capable of getting people pregnant. Well, I say people, goats pregnant. And Daphne's milk has started to dry up on its own. She's producing a little less every day. And so I'm curious. Isn't that a handsome little lad? What are you doing? Hey, baby. Hi. He knows he looks good with his teenager bangs and his moody attitude. You better stay on that side of the fence. Let me push your toy back. There's some baby bunnies. They're getting big, huh? That is 1 out of 2 of our first litters that were dropped here on our little farm. Unfortunately, the other litter didn't make it. For some reason, the mom neglected it. But both of my breeder does right now are actively pregnant. They should be giving birth relatively soon, like within a week or 2. So I have a second bunny rabbit nest thing, a little birthing nest that I have to build. It's coming up soon. So that's another video that I have on my list of videos to make, but my teenage chickens of my fancy flock are doing really well. So they don't have all their feathers yet, but these are my blue lace red Wyandottes. You can see the little bit of blue coming in. This guy over here, he's got some blue, but it's very, very dark. He won't be kept for my breeding, but or she won't be kept for my breeding, but she will stay. As long as she is a she will be staying. The white ones are looking pretty good. These are the American breasts, the ones that we're going to be breeding and then later using for meat. They're doing pretty well. Their feathers seem to be doing much better than the blue laced. In the blue babies' defense though, they've had just the worst time with water in their feathers. They may be off to a slow start because when they were really small, my 4-year-old tried to bathe them and that was horrific. And so all of them ended up really wet and shivery, and I nursed them all back to health. And then one day we just had so much very quick, very sudden rain that was coming in sideways, and so they got drenched then. And I think there was one other time, each time I had to bring them in and pat them down and warm them up fairly quick, and so that probably could have taken a toll on why their feathers are kind of stunted a little bit, or it could be pretty typical of their breed. I don't know. So not technically one of my animals, but this is my bee hotel. If you can see, there are quite a few that are closed up, which means I have had visitors recently. I'm not showing anything, I'm just being real discreet. So you probably noticed that Purdy was not in the video. Purdy, for those who don't know, she is our Great Pyrenees puppy. The last that she was seen on camera, she had started attacking her own body. Just to touch on that briefly, she inflicted a lot of damage on herself that she did not recover or survive. And it's very hard for my family. If you've been watching for a while, you know that we've had a string of bad luck this year. It was terrible. It's been about 2 weeks of grieving and kind of like coming to terms with her absence and stuff. But we're doing all right. We're okay. But I'm really glad that I was able to show you all my animals that are doing well, and show you the baby chicks that are thriving, and the rabbits that are doing well, and the big old fat pigs and the happy goats. I choose to see and to focus on those bright things. So guys, if you haven't already, now's a great time to subscribe. Like I've said, in this video alone, I have building rabbit nests, I've got an awesome garden tour / update coming up, and just a bunch of fun things to come. It's been fun walking around with y'all and showing y'all what I'm filling in the gaps with, all my animals and how they're doing. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I'll see y'all later.